Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here. So for today on my other channel here, I'm going to be talking about the Emiru situation. So this is kind of a big one, but you know, it's something I thought would happen, not to her specifically, but at Twitchcon in general. But I guess I'll go over the details in case you guys are not aware of the situation. So pretty much TwitchCon happened, I'm pretty sure this is like a yearly thing, like certain content creators get to go there, meet and greets, all this fancy stuff. I've never been to one, I don't really know too much about it, so I don't really know what to talk about for there, but pretty much just know that it is an event for creators and then people can just go there. Now I'm not sure if it's like anyone can go, I don't know how all that stuff works, but it seems like anyone can go because I guess I'll tell you the situation in a second here. But basically what had happened was Emiru got assaulted. So obviously it's a horrible thing, it shouldn't happen to anyone, but the weird thing about all this is that leading up to the event, I remember seeing some Twitter posts from some content creators saying that they just felt unsafe about going, they didn't want to go, and a lot of people just didn't end up going. And I think over the years less and less people started to not go, and overall it just seems like a very unsafe environment. And it is pretty tricky, especially nowadays compared to before. I feel like literally anything can happen. And there's just way too many simps nowadays. There's way too many people that just live in these fantasy worlds that think they can just, I don't know, have sex with their favorite content creators and stuff like that. So they just go and try to meet them and things like that. I don't know, this could be a whole topic on its own, but pretty much anyone can go. And that is an issue. And when all these content creators were saying that they were not going to attend because they didn't feel safe, Twitch themselves put out a statement saying that safety and security is their highest priority. So if it was their highest priority, why did Emiru get assaulted? And on top of that, I guess Emiru's favorite security guard got banned from TwitchCon. That's a situation on its own. I don't really know the full details there. It was in the statement that Emiru put out, and it makes you just wonder why. The security guard, I'm assuming, was just doing their job. And I don't know, with a situation like this, I don't think any amount of security would have even predicted this happening, because if you're doing a meet and greet, they're probably going up close to you for a picture or something. So you don't know what the intentions are behind the other person. So I don't know, that in general is a little bit iffy. So I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, back then, like when I say back then, like I don't know, 10 years ago, it seemed like it was fine for the most part. I think there's just less simps and things like that in general, and just overall less of a problem. There were still problems, but I think less of it. Now we're just at the point where it is a problem, and I think it's just going to continually get worse. They got to do something with these events where things like this just don't end up happening. And one of the things that I found out, I guess allegedly, the person that assaulted Emiru was armed. I think they had a knife or something like that. It was shown in a video clip. Don't know how much truth there is to that, but if that was the case, why was that allowed through security? Like, why in the first place did they not get checked for stuff like that? Because I've heard that they had like multiple layers of security. That's just from what Emiru put out here. So with multiple layers of security, how did this man just slip on by? It doesn't really make any sense. And I should have mentioned this earlier, it does seem like Emiru is okay, just a little shaken up from the situation. I'm sure definitely scarred from that situation, but I'm sure she can overcome that. But fortunately, she was able to escape the situation, because I think the moment the guy tried to do something, the security just stepped in instantly. And then I heard that when the guy was getting I don't think the guy was getting escorted out or something like that. I think he just walked out, and there were other security guards that just didn't do anything. That just goes to show how great Twitch staff is. And I kind of want to make this into a video later on, how terrible a lot of these companies are. Not just Twitch, but a lot of gaming companies and just companies in general. I'll probably make that into a separate video later on. But she did mention that there are 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area, just didn't react, and they just let the guy walk away. And then I'm pretty sure I also saw a clip of the guy just walking outside the building with like nothing happening, like no police escort, like no police, no security. I think he just straight up walked out. I think they kicked him out, but it just seemed like they didn't make it into a big deal. So I don't know, that to me is pretty crazy. And it does seem like when Emiru walked off, nobody from Twitch ended up supporting her, which was pretty insane. I think Twitch ended up putting out a statement, but I don't know if the statement was regarding her. And then she also mentioned that Twitch security just ended up taking it as a joke, how they didn't know what was going on, and then they just moved on. That to me alone is pretty insane. I feel like if you're security, it's your job to find out what's going on. Even if you don't know what's going on, it's your job to like ask questions, find out what's going on, kind of handle the situation. Yeah, it didn't seem like they were handling the situation. I mean, obviously I wasn't there, but just from reports and stuff like that. And another thing from Emiru's statement over here, she mentioned that Twitch's statement was that the guy was immediately caught and detained, but that was just a straight up lie because he was allowed to walk away from the meet and greet, and hours afterwards her manager had to press the staff or somebody to even do something about the dude. So I don't know if he ended up getting detained for that, so I guess I'll have to wait until later stories for that one. You guys want to know something even crazier though? The dude that assaulted ended up getting a 30-day Twitch ban. Like, what is that all about? So I'm assuming to get in this event you have to provide your Twitch username or something like that. I have no idea. I don't participate in any of this event stuff. But the fact that you're just giving this guy a month ban, I mean, I think that was what it was initially. I think they're taking more action to it now, but I don't know. That to me is insane. It assaulted one of the top creators on Twitch for them to just get a 30-day ban. That is insane. They created a crime, allegedly though. I mean, we saw it in the video clip. I mean, no way that was AI or anything like that, even though AI is getting pretty advanced. But yeah, there's no way. I guess I'm not really one to be super confrontational or say anything too mean, but I hope very not nice things happen to that guy, and it's obviously not my place to do so. So we'll see what ends up happening going forward. Hopefully Twitch ends up doing something more, I guess, and then I don't know, hopefully the guy gets detained and goes to jail or something. That was insane, the whole situation. Like I said, I had a feeling it was gonna happen, but not to Emiru specifically. Like these events in general, just I don't know, gets kind of scary these days. It's like fun to go to, but like you don't really know what other people's intentions really are, especially nowadays compared to before. But I don't know. And as a creator myself, I feel like I don't know, I always dreamed about going to these certain events and stuff like that, but it seems like nowadays it's just asking for trouble, and I'm not sure if I'll get to that point in my career, but you know, never know, maybe I will. That is the goal, but I don't think I would personally go to these events unless I actually knew a bunch of people that were going, and then I just got to hang out with them. And then from there, just, you know, take pictures and stuff with whoever wants. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, wild situation. Hopefully Emiru is able to recover from the incident, and hopefully, I don't know, I'm assuming they're probably gonna not do TwitchCon anymore. It seems like a pretty sus event now, unless they end up doing more with security and stuff, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think it's gonna go too well for the following years, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and stay safe out there. It's pretty dangerous. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.